All right, it's about that time. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to another phenomenal segment of Man Talk Thursday. It is indeed a pleasure to have you if you're first showing up. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Alexander Barry Kemp, also known as Master Nitro Kemp for those who know me on Facebook. And I'm a men's development coach. I help men like you get fit, make money, find love. Welcome to another phenomenal segment. This one's going to be a treat. We're going to be talking about manifestation, how to manifest your dream life. Now, right before you, as a man, there are things that you hold within your mind and within your heart that are known as your heart's desires. You desire for your life to be a certain way. And you are going to toil in this world and work hard and try. Some of you may get it, some of you may not. But there is a way to make it much more real, much more easier to come into being. And we talk about manifestation. Now, today was a very interesting day. Today for me was a dream day. Many times when I look back to 3, 4, 5 years ago, there were things I was thinking within my mind, or we call my heart of hearts, which is the mind, that literally manifests to this day. The way I wanted to be, the way I wanted to feel, the type of things I wanted to have around me. They have manifested into reality. And I'm very gratitude filled. I'm very thankful for staying the course, staying the challenges, staying with the routines that have gotten me to where I'm at. And I'm going to show you how to get to where you want to go. Now, as a man, life itself revolves around number one, your ability to understand the world, your ability to understand people, the ability to be able to apply effort in the right places to get desired outcomes. Many men go through life in quiet desperation, hoping that their life can change, hoping that their life can become better, hoping that there's a God that answers their prayers. And there is, once you understand who you are. Now, when we talk about manifestation, I don't want you to think about spookism because life itself is magical. Give you example. How is it that one particular element can become three different things? Give you example. Water. We drink it, we stay hydrated, we bathe with it, we brush our teeth with some of the water. We even water our plants. But water can be a liquid form. Then it can be condensed to a solid form where you could burst someone with it and it'll hurt. And you could crunch it up like how a lot of females like to chew on ice. Or it can become vapor, where it's like non really is intangible per se. But water itself has those three states: solid, liquid, and gas. The same thing with your life. When you think about manifestation, and when you think about things that go from intangible, meaning it can be touched, like this air vapor that's flowing around, to something that's more physical, which is like the water that if you try putting your hand, you just turn your hand this way and it drips out, to something solid, which is that block of ice. The only thing that separates the ability for that water to go from solid, liquid, or gas, liquid to solid is the condition. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this condition is because I want you to understand that your dream life, the life that you wish to have, can only manifest based upon the conditions around it. Now, there is an internal condition and there is an external condition. So basically, the external condition literally determines the condition of a particular thing in existence. To give you an example, again, when you place water into a deep freeze, the water in the deep freeze will become solid. It will become a block of ice and it will take the shape of whatever container or bottle you put it in. Now, you put that block of ice outside in the hot sun, that block of ice will begin to melt, where it will turn to water first, and many of it will be evaporated into the air, being pulled up into the atmosphere. Now, I am giving you these basic principles because in order to manifest your dream life, you must have an understanding of basic law, the law of cause and effect, and the law of environment. Your environment will determine how you manifest your dream life. Now, what is a dream life and why would you like to manifest it? You see, the first thing, manifestation is the ability to bring something into being, the appearance of something, the way something appears to be or is acting. That's called manifestation. So if we look at a particular way, you can say her thoughts manifested in her actions as she hit the ball of water out of his hand. So her thought became a physical thing, and the manifestation based on the thought came reality. Now we're going to what we call esoteric knowledge. Esoteric knowledge, simply knowledge is that is hidden below the surface. That is not normally seen. These are the things or principles that most people do not observe unless they are within a particular environment or in certain circles to make this possible. So now, when we think about manifesting your dream life, what does that look like to you? Now imagine this. Every time you go to bed at night, you go to sleep, you begin to have dreams. Now, these dreams manifest within your mind, carried out by your inner vision, which is your pineal gland, which creates these images. These images become so enveloped within our essence until we believe that the dream is real until we wake up. Many of us have had dreams where we were flying through the air and soaring. That felt amazing. I can't believe I've had many dreams of flying, like gliding across the air. It felt amazing. Flying like a bird. Many of us have had dreams where tragic things may have happened. Many of us have had dreams where we were living a dream life. The other night, I dreamed I was with my uncle in a different city and we were driving exotic cars. I'm like, wow. We were pulling up our exotic cars, about to go into an amazing restaurant. We were dressed amazing. We were big ballers and short callers, as Brandon Carter would say, right? So that dream felt so real. But when I woke up, I realized, whoa, that was a dream. However, what will it take for that dream to manifest? So again, a dream life is basically a vision of how you would like your life to go. It is basically the image, the end goal, the focus point of what your life or what you would like your life to be. Now, I can tell you this, the secret to creating a dream life is to have a clear vision. If you do not know what you want your life to look like, it's going to be very difficult for the divine powers to work along with what you want. Understand that you yourself as an individual are not alone. There is a divine power. Some call it Yahweh, God, Buddha. They call it Shiva, Shakti, all these various names, denominations of religions call it Jehovah. But this divine power works 24/7. And this divine power backs you when you are pure as a vessel with pure intentions, a pure heart. You can use and work as one with this divine power. It's not spooky, it is what gives us life. The breath of life is manifested as divine power within the human being. This divine power loves to help you achieve your success. But the reason why many people don't achieve these success, because number one, they do not understand the principles of the divine power. Number two, they do not understand who they are. And number three, they lack the proper action to make their dream life reality. Now, I want to ask you this question. What is your dream life and what does it look like? In your dream life, how do you speak? How do you walk? How do you sit? What do you drive? What do you have access to? How do you feel? Because if you are living a dream life and you think it is just supposed to be filled with material possessions like a big house, a nice fancy car, ability to go and get dinners any particular time, you are sadly mistaken because the manifestation of a dream life should be one that feels, that puts you at ease, at peace, one that brings you great gratitude and happiness, one that allows you to walk into your highest divinity. Now, this term divinity is something that many people do not understand. It simply means being in tune with nature, being in tune with the God force, the God power, being in tune with the essence of life. Because many human beings live lives of quiet desperation where they are doing things, taking part in activities that lead to the degradation or degrading their divine power, that essence, that spark, which is a fragment of the whole of what we call the universal power. This universal power, this electromagnetic field, this God energy, this divine power is what you are striving to achieve. The secret to creating a dream life is that number one, you must get in accordance with the divine power, because when you were born as a fractal or fragment of this divine power, you were given a mission. Your mission was to remember who you are. And number two, your mission was to bring and manifest as much of it as that divine power within this physical form while you are living in this divine body. So your job is to grow the light which is within you so that you can walk in tune with the divine power, remember your mission, and benefit this manifestation of the world. Now, I know a lot of this is very hard to understand, it's very deep, but many people who understand spirituality will understand that life is deeper than just this physical realm. It is said that 98 of the spectrum that you see is invisible, meaning that you only see 2% of the spectrum that exists around you. You can't see Wi-Fi, infrared waves, all the various sources of energy that flow around you at this given time. There are particles and different electromagnetic frequencies that are moving across this air. It can be picked up by various instruments that can measure these different frequencies. Even your physical body has a bioelectrical field, which emits an energy signature around your hand in the sense that this is sending a signal. Even your brain is sending a signal outside of itself. Your heart has an electromagnetic field that's 10 times more powerful than the brain, and it's sending a signal. This is why when you walk into a building, people can sense other people who are, number one, either for them or not for them, or can sense that the energy of the room had changed. We are electromagnetic beings living in an amazing experience, and your goal here is to create heaven in this realm, because this is heaven, but it's through your mind. Now, we said a lot, but the secret of manifesting your dream life is using the power of the mind. But actually, it's the triune, meaning the three things: the mind, the body, and the energy, or the mind, body, and spirit. The mind must be inclined and perfected and directed towards the things that bring you closer to your dream life. Many men, many men, many men, right? That's 50 Cent. But many men literally have minds that have been pre-programmed by society, environment. And then we talk about how environment is very powerful and important for making the conditions for something to occur or manifest. As we talked about the water being in three different forms: solid, liquid, and gas, and the conditions around it determines what state that water holds, and the same thing with your life. But many men's minds have been hijacked. Your mind is your garden. Your mind is the only thing that could take you to your goals in life. It is the secret to bridging the gap which exists between where you are now and that goal you intend to reach. The effective use of the mind will determine the state of your life. Everything is mental. One of the first Hermetic laws, all is mind, meaning everything exists or is within the field of the mind. We have the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious. The subconscious mind is that programming behind the scenes that does all of the work, but is not seen. That includes the things that you've witnessed when you were young as a child, between ages 1 to 6, where you will hear the various patterns of how your parents would talk, the TV shows that played in the background, the type of clothing your parents gave you, all help to develop your curiosities and your personality, besides the original essence you inherit. I hope I'm not speaking Spanish here, but those who know will know. Next is, like I say, the conscious mind, the one that is literally seeing and is aware. Like, for instance, I'm aware that I'm looking at you through this camera, and I'm aware that this computer is here. I'm aware that I'm sitting here. I am aware. This is the conscious mind, that which you can take grasp of. Is usually about 10, let's say 20% of the mind's capacity. The subconscious uses about 80%. And actually, then you got the superconscious, that mind which exists outside the mind. That is encompasses all things. That's what we call God mind. That is the mind that literally messages can travel, fields of energy that can send information. If you think all this is spookism, tell me, why is it that you have a Wi-Fi signal that is translating a modem's analog signal into a invisible signal that you can download information from invisibly? So the mere fact that you have a smartphone which can download images and view things in a non-physical realm via the internet, via Facebook, Instagram, all the things you watch, WhatsApp, the term shows you that there is a replica. These things are the replica of the true spirit realm or the spirit dimensions. So, for instance, you can view WhatsApp, you can view Instagram, YouTube, the internet without a smartphone, which translates that digital signal, that electromagnetic signal, into physical manifestation in the smartphone screen. So that is how the spirit world works. That is a mimic because you can imagine someone looking at their phone, they're laughing at something that's happening on the other side of the world. That is spiritual. This world is magical. But back to manifesting your dream life. Your mind is powerful. Your brain that sits within your skull, your cranium, is between two dimple antennas. This is why they call this your temple. You have two columns of your temple, the positive and negative. One representing the right hemisphere, which is the creative, connected towards more of the divine electromagnetic power, and the logical, which is the left, which deals with reality and the interfaces of reality. This is why the right side and the frontal lobe controls sleep. The same right side right here. If you're having trouble sleeping, massage this area right here. That's a little tip. But manifesting things in life, you must understand who you are. Who are you? Why were you born? And what is the dream life that awaits for you? Every man has three lives he can live. Number one, we call it the lower path. Number two, the middle path. And number three, the higher path. We would call this the various metaverses. These are potentials of what can exist based upon the decisions you make as a man. Now, the lower path consists of you draining your energy, your vital life force, which when you drain your vital life force, you will not be able to walk or afford the higher experience in life. Your mind is, or your brain is a radar, it is an antenna. It literally broadcasts signals into the manosphere or the atmosphere and it receives signals. When you are thinking correctly, thinking at a higher vibration, you can pull into you the magnetic frequencies or emit or broadcast magnetic frequencies that can get back a signal. If anyone studies radiology, how radios work, how radio waves work, they'll understand how the mind works. Have you ever had a situation where you were singing a song, then all of a sudden you went into a place and say, but I just was singing a song. And you may think that, hey, maybe your subconscious mind heard it, maybe the lower decibels of how the airs can pick up frequencies could have heard it. But actually, these songs are on waves that you, when you relax and you're happy, you can pick up on these waves that flow through the air. Everything is within the space of air. All things that are connected to the air are living, and therefore they can pick up the signals. Just like when you breathe, you're not just breathing in oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide, you're breathing in what they call vitality globules. These vitality globules are simply the essence of life that are literally structuring this reality. If you want to see them, look up in the sky, relax your eyes, defocus your eyes, you'll see them darting around like little sperm with tails darting around, shining, glowing, called vitality globules. These are what literally are animating reality. It's called molecular science or what they call quantum science. Quantum science has many different principles and laws and it's very real because this is the fabric of life. Now, when it comes to manifesting reality, understand in simple terms, your mind must be regulated to fit that program in which you would like to experience. So, for instance, if you are always mentally sad, and sad being an emotion, meaning you're feeling depressed and hopeless, you will manifest more experiences that matches that vibration. It is said that if you want to obtain something, you must match that frequency. Life is about frequency. There's something called tomorrow clock. Makes sense. The Bahamians ain't ready for this topic. You spitting some real shit. Oh, thank you so much, man. But there is said to be something called the seven hermetic principles. And these seven hermetic principles, I will tell you in short, so that you can understand what I'm talking when I talk about frequency. Okay, so the first principle is the principle of mentalism, meaning all is mind, meaning everything exists and has part of the mind field. Next is the principle of correspondence. Next is the principle of vibration. Next is the principle of polarity, meaning that gender exists on all levels, positive and negative. Your car to start needs a positive and negative pole. For a man and woman to exist, a child to come into being needs a man and a woman. Then you have the principle of cause and effect and the principle of gender, etc., right? Principle of rhythm. But what I'm saying is that your frequency of your mind is emitting. So therefore, when you emit a frequency based upon thought, because thought is a real thing, thought is not something that is just, oh, it's inside your head. I can say my name. What is that voice that's speaking? Powerful, right? But I can say my name, but I'm emitting a frequency based on my thoughts. It is said that whatever your dominant thought is will become your reality. This is why a lot of young men in today's society have manifested their unwanted demise or unaware demise by thinking negative. They spoke words into existence and let there be what they spoke. A lot of guys have spoken themselves into the grave. And that's where they are now because they've said, oh, by X, Y, and Z, by X, Y, and Z, ABC, 1, 2, 3. And a signal. It is a beacon. So this is why if you want to manifest your dream, like you must hold that thought within your mind for an extended period of time. This is the secret. This is why you must learn mind control, how to control your mind. Many of you are poor users of your mind. You do not have any control of your mind. You have racing thoughts that you do not dominate. I dominate the kingdom and reign over the kingdom of my mind. I tell my mind, this is what I want you to say. This is why affirmations are so important, and that's why I created 13 of the most powerful affirmations on the planet from the book Black Superman, 13 Affirmations of Power, because when you can fill your mind, because your mind is responsive, whatever you fill your mind with, your mind will duplicate and replicate more. We live in such amazing times that the computer represents the actuality of how the mind works. The mind is the ultra computer, and computers were designed after the mind. For instance, if you look at the cycle, you have input, processing, output, storage. Again, input, processing, output, storage. I remember back in junior high school, we were studying computers, and we know you would input something, it would process it. That's why you have a microprocessor in the computer, which is your brain, and then it would be an output and storage. And this is what children are doing. From the age of 1 to 6, their input data is being input from their environment as parents. This is why we can determine where a child is going to be headed based upon the first levels of programming from their parents. This is why we have some parents who have learned nothing but ratchetness, the wretchedness, and they teach children these dances and how to shake up and whine, right? And these children become so great at it at the age of 2 and 3. You're like, whoa. Why? Because the child is processing that information and storing it in their subconscious mind. This is why they gravitate to certain type activities. They may have seen Uncle Bob smoking and drinking at a young age, and by the time they reach 14, 15, they start smoking because it was stored in their mind. This is why you must guard your mind. You must be careful of the movies you watch. You must be careful of the music you listen to. You must be careful of all these things because these things can be signals that are inputting that is distracting you from manifesting your dream life and it causing you not to have a consistent signal. This is why, if you look around you, many things are designed to distract you. The X-rated films are designed to distract you, lower your vibration. The fast food is designed to distract you, lower your vibration. Gossip is designed to distract you, lower your vibration. So it's designed so that you can never grasp truly who you are and how to stand in that power and remain in it long enough to manifest your desired life. Now, I've said a lot. Hopefully, it didn't go over your head. If you need to, go study some books. I'll make some personal recommendations if you hit me up. But to manifest your dream life, I'll make it simple. How to manifest your dream life in 5 simple steps. Number one, control your mind. Learn to watch your thoughts. Learn to identify thoughts because those thoughts are not yours. Not all thoughts are yours. Some come from outside influences. So watch your thoughts and choose them wisely. Number two, write down the things that you wish to desire and have. The divine power works 24/7 to make sure that you get those things that you want. Only if you match the vibration within yourself. Three, act as if you already have them. So to manifest your dream life, you must act like you have it. Let me give you an example. How many of us love movies in which we knew a favorite actor of ours? Let's give an example. Will Smith. Will Smith acted in so many movies such as I, Robot, such as Independence Day. And the reason why we believe in him so much, the reason why many of us love these actors is because we saw them like in a would appear to be real because when we watch a movie, we seeing all the parts together as one, but they were acting. So to act means to do, to appear, and that's why we say manifestation is to appear and act accordingly. So you want to manifest your dream life, you have to act as the person who has that dream life. So there are three levels: be, do, have. First, you must be the person. Then you must do what that person does, and you will have what that person has. So there, you heard this term, monkey see, monkey do. There's something called, if it looks like a duck, it sounds like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So the whole goal in order to manifest your dream life is to become that person who deserves that. Become that person who that which you want attracts naturally. That's where we get into the law of attraction because all of us are using the law of attraction 24/7. We are sending a 24-hour prayer every single day based upon our emotion. Remember, emotion is energy in motion, meaning that your mind is emitting frequency through emotion. What is your mental emotional state? I can guarantee you that when you are more positive and happy, if your mental emotion state is more positive and happy and focused, you will achieve opportunities that manifest. Because remember, people is what this life is about. And everybody is a radar, broadcasting and receiving signals. We like to be around people who represent happiness. And if you are someone who's focused, and you are someone who is happy, you are someone who's effective, there are going to be opportunities that are going to be magnetized to you. Let me give you another example. If I came to you right now and I said, I would like to coach you. I would like to coach you in fitness. But I came to you and I'm out of shape, fat, I have a double chin, and I'm breathing hard, and I tell you I would like to coach you in fitness. You look at me and say, bro, you crazy? Are you crazy? You coach me? Out of shape, fat, double chin, insulin chugging guy? No. You better go get yourself in shape. You talking about coach me crazy. But if I came to you, fit, ripped, healthy, strong, you've seen me worked out, and I say, I'd like to coach you fitness, you'd be like, oh, hell yeah. How much it costs? That's called the law of attraction. You must become what you desire. If you desire to be healthy, you must become a health freak. If you desire to be rich, rich, you must become valuable. There's something called the law of, I'm remembering this part. Besides correspondence, this is a part of the law of correspondence, but it begins with R. It's the law of one moment. I came across this particular law recently and it changed the game. Um, okay, it came to me right now. Okay, boom. I believe that it says the law of reversibility. Okay, so it's called a law of reversibility. So it goes like this. If fire can produce heat, then heat can produce fire. If wind can move a fan, then a fan can make wind. So you get what I'm saying? If success breeds confidence, then confidence can breed success. So the secret to obtaining your dream life is you must become that which you desire. And we're doing it every day. But some of you are literally taking a steering wheel, you're driving off the road and you're driving to a bush and you're running into trees. The power, divine power and forces that exist are there to help you, but you're using it incorrectly. Your mind is hijacked. So you need to learn how to control your mind by starting with affirmation. So again, to manifest your dream life is simple. I said a lot of things and so forth, but to manifest your dream life in simple is number one, you must know who you are and recognize that you are playing a big role in creating your reality. Number two, you must write down the things that you wish to desire. It's called goal setting. Number three, you must work on yourself harder than you do on your job. You must become more healthy because with a healthy body, it helps encourage a healthy mind. And a healthy mind creates better. And the next, real secret To manifest your dream life, you must build your life force. Your life energy is the secret. It is literally your bargaining chips. It's the true currency. Money is a representation of value, and we call it currency, but the true essence is your energy. Because no matter how much time you have, if you don't have any energy, you can use the time wisely. Next is being able to focus. So to manifest your dream life, you must do four things: focus, plan, prepare, execute. Next, you must use the four basics: people, environment, events, objects. You must learn how to interact with people, how to understand people, how to understand objects, how to understand environments, because every environment manifests different things. For instance, if you go to a bar where there's pool tables, there's liquor on the wall, I can guarantee you that 70% chance is increase of fights happening in that bar. Why? Because the environment helps create conditions that will make it 70% more of a chance that an argument, a fight will happen. Why? Because we have alcohol, which puts rips and tears in your aura, your vibrational field. Then you have loud music, and you have darken and light colors, these various things that help stimulate an environment where people add the food. Now, you go to the library, I can guarantee you that there is a 70% reduction of a fight happening. And there's a 70% reduction of negativity happening. Have you ever seen a shootout in front of Whole Foods or a health store? No. You mostly see shootouts in front of liquor stores, chicken shacks, Chinese stores where they sell liquor and rum. You mostly see shooters in the ghetto. Why? Because the environment dictates what you're going to experience. Now, we've been talking for about 33 minutes. Wow, 33 minutes. That's a sacred number. But the secret to manifesting your dream life is to become what you desire. And the only way you can do that is to work on yourself. Me, at this current state, I have manifested my dream life. Everything in my life is interesting and amazing. And you can do it too. If you want to learn how to manifest your dream life a bit deeper, where I could literally lay down for you the actual principles to use to get it done, book an action call with me. It's a paid action call where we can sit down and look at your life and see how we can manifest that. Now, before you can do that, you need to make sure you're healthy. So for those of you who want to get in good shape, join my QTC program where we help you get in shape in 14 days, where we give you a basic foundation so you can start your fitness journey. Summer's coming up. You want to have that beach board. You don't want to have a flat chest anymore. You want to have washboard abs instead of a big belly. You want to feel better about yourself. That's a great way to manifest your dream life, because you can't have a dream life and enjoy without a dream body. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being in there for me to impart some knowledge to you. There's more to where this stuff comes from, but I just gave you a little basis. I'm Oscar Educam from Superman Alpha Mask and Health Development. Thank you for tuning in to Men Talk Thursdays. Have a wonderful evening.